Good morning. I'm Casey, recording a special event on Modern Farmhouse decorating for KC Home Textiles and KC Collections here in Buchanan, Virginia. Want to go through just about a couple of points in this live, and one of those is going to be, what does modern farmhouse decorating mean? And how can KC Collections and KC Home Textiles, where we're located just less than a mile from each other here in Buchanan, Virginia, help with modern farmhouse decorating? And finally, as far as KC Home Textiles, what categories do we offer that can help with the style? And what's our hottest selling collection? So while I go over a couple of these key points, I'm going to be giving you a tour of KC Home Textiles. And thanks to everyone for tuning in. So modern farmhouse decorating, you've seen it on the Fixer Upper with Joanna Gaines, and it's a trend that's likely going to continue. Even if you've never lived in the country or you've never lived on a farm, modern farmhouse decorating is so uniquely appealing. Ultimately, it might be summarized just in 4 important points. Number 1 is clean and simple lines. Modern farmhouse is all about adding coziness in a modern, unique way. A neutral palette. In many cases, white is the go-to color here, not only for some basic elements like cabinets, but also plain and simple colors, neutrals for flooring and wood. Another element of modern farmhouse, and again, I'm just giving you a tour here of KC Home Textiles as we go along, is quality handcrafted wood furniture. Is also an important aspect of this style of decorating. But ultimately, it's whatever it takes for ease and comfortable living in our busy, hectic lifestyles nowadays. Many of us certainly do crave simplicity and cozy comfiness, if that's a word. Now, what are some other modern characteristics of a modern farmhouse? Well, ultimately, an open kitchen is certainly one of those items, and large islands are very popular, whether they're built in if you're in new construction or whether you're adding those for easy family gatherings. So islands are certainly an important combination for those open kitchens, but also the open concept extended onto the living room, where it opens up with the sort of the kitchen and the dining room as one full flowing area. Spaces to unwind. Again, in the hectic times we live in, part of this theme of decorating is to have spaces for downtime so we can get away from our hectic lifestyle and just simply relax. And certainly that probably means with some type of technology in our lap, but one of my vows for this year is to sit down with a book, just to go back to old school, sit down with a hardcore book in my hand and spend some more time reading. Another common characteristic of modern farmhouse is places for unloading and reloading. In other words, they're often called drop zones, where you can put down what you are hauling in the house so you can reorganize with ease and simplicity on your way out the next morning, whether that's just your bags or your coats or purses, whatever the case may be. So drop zones are really, really important in modern farmhouse decorating. And again, thanks to everyone that's tuning in this morning. Now, you like modern farmhouse, how do you get started? Well, with new construction, it's easy. You do the research. Well, I wouldn't say easy. Nothing's easy about new construction. But nonetheless, when you can start from scratch, you just have to pull your hair out about what you want. And I know that is a grueling process. But ultimately, you're starting with a clean palette and getting to move forward. When you're trying to make modern farmhouse in an area you already have, how do you get started with that? Well, basically one way would be to pick your flooring. And the hottest trend that's expected to continue for 2019 is a wood look flooring. It's not new to 2019. It's been one of the hottest trends now for a year or two. So whether it's laminate, vinyl, or ceramic tile, it's still hot, 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 and it's expected to be for years to come. It's been at least the #1 flooring trend for 2 years, if not more now, if I can remember from my reading. With those wood look laminate floors, you may want to add a braided rug or even a transitional or a traditional area rug. But ultimately, picking out your furniture, your quality wood pieces, as well as your upholstery pieces would be next. But when we are ready, I don't want to forget to tell you, when you are ready for your braided rug, we carry those at KC Home Textiles. Again, just less than 1 mile north of our flagship store, KC Collections. And we are working hard on our third store, which is KC Collections 2, also housed in the same building, KC Rug Company. And that store will be it's not open yet, but it'll be diagonal, or is diagonal, from the KC Home Textile store. So when you're ready for an area rug, or even if you've been looking and you haven't been able to find one, then certainly just hang on. We've dropped over 450 rugs already into the building. We aren't finished yet, but we're going to carry rugs from such dealers as Kerastan, which is a Mercedes of area rugs, Radici, also incredible rugs, dynamic rugs, and we're working with Safavia and La Loya to add rugs from those lines as well. So ultimately, with the flooring, you might want some covering, whether it's a braided rug or an area rug, as you go along. So how else do you get started then with Modern Farmhouse? Well, flooring is important, but once you get all that in place with your neutral wall colors, quality wood pieces. So how can KC Collections help with that? Well, as you know, KC Collections offers high quality, handcrafted, affordable Amish furniture. So whether you're looking for an all hardwood line, such as our Lancaster Legacy selection, or other Amish lines of furniture that we carry, we're always happy to help. You want to add some curve and comfort as well to that Modern Farmhouse, and you get that with your upholstery pieces. So large, comfy pieces of furniture, that add not only comfort but warmth, are definitely a theme as you move along in this trend. So if you're looking for upholstery furniture, we are a Friendship Upholstery dealer, and we will have an incredible assortment of Friendship upholstery in our new store, KC Collections 2, which is set to open sooner rather than later. So Friendship Upholstery, we have access to that now. Certainly you can check out our website, to get an idea of some of the pieces we've had in the past, and we'll be working to get some photos, of the new upholstery furniture that we've added. We've worked hard to make sure we've picked some modern styles and colors, and we're very excited. Again, KC Collections 2 and KC Rug Company aren't quite open yet, but we're working on that very hard now that KC Home Textiles is already open. So moving right along, so Modern Farmhouse, let's add some industrial pieces. That's a huge trend. It is going to continue into 2019, where you work with metal or tin decor pieces, whether it's lighting or tinware vases, and kind of balance out that color palette. Now, where can you find these items? Well, KC Collections offers all of these and more. So Irvin's Country Tinware is the first thing I think about when it comes to lighting, whether you're looking for lamps, chandeliers, pendant lighting, island lamps, or more. We have a great selection, and we're always willing to custom order, and our prices are phenomenal. So if you go on the Irvin's Country Tinware website and you see a piece that you like, and we don't have it listed on our website, and by the way, our website is not intended to be a source of everything we have at all times. So feel free to call in with the SKU number, and we certainly can help you out with that. But if you see something on the Irvin site, you can give us a call, and we'll be delighted to go ahead and price that out for you. So now, with the Modern Farmhouse, you've got your flooring, you've got your neutral walls, you've got your high quality handcrafted Amish furniture, hopefully. You've added your upholstery. You're pulling in the industrial trends, whether it's in your, lighting or organization pieces or vases or other items within your home. Now it's time for the accent pieces. And this is where KC Home Textiles can certainly help. KC Home Textiles is our second KC store to open here in Buchanan, Virginia. We are just less than a mile north of the flagship store, KC Collections. So KC Home Textiles, less than a mile north of the flagship store, KC Collections. KC Home Textiles is in downtown Buchanan. You are seeing a tour of that store as we go along here. And I wanted you to know definitely the 5 categories that we can help with here at KC Collections. You know, you saw early in the live today lots of tabletop. Whether you were looking for placemats, runners, napkins, dish towels, pot holders, tablecloths, table toppers, you know, whatever it is for all things table, we have a large assortment. Also, window treatments. You know, whether you were looking for swags, tiers, valances, panels, we certainly have an enormous selection, and all of our collection of window treatments is not up. So we have others that we really don't even have displayed yet, and we can always custom order. We had 5 or 6 people in over the weekend where we worked on custom orders for them, and hopefully those orders will be here, you know, later today, if not today, tomorrow. So tabletop and window treatments are 2 categories that we offer. Bedding, you know, including such things as decorative accessories, pillows and throws, bath, braided rugs, and accessories. So basically, it boils down to TWBBB, tabletop, window treatments, bedding, bath, and braided. So farmhouse decorating, are you enjoying anything that you're hearing? Are you learning anything new? Does the tour of the store look good to you? Hopefully any or all of the above may apply. But now, how does all of this apply to our hottest selling collection, Sawyer Mill? Well, let me give you the 411 on that collection and show you what you might have been missing out on. So Sawyer Mill, as far as tabletop, this is certainly one option. It's a neutral palette with some blacks and creams thrown in with charcoal gray. And I didn't get to steam these this morning, so please excuse that. Another option for tabletop with Sawyer Mill is the windmill. A little bit of country air blowing in the breeze. Also, as far as tabletop, these cute little farm sack or sack-like towels with the tabs. I've left them laying down so you can see those. Those are definitely pretty awesome as well. So whether you're looking for runners, placemats, or items such as decorative towels, Sawyer Mill has a lot of options. It incorporates just a plain farmhouse theme with the words as well as the animals, whether you're looking for cows, chickens, or pigs, or you just like the whole windmill concept. We've definitely got that as well. Now, window treatments. Whether you're looking for panels that have the valance right on them, which to me is a pretty cool concept. In other words, one rod. That's what I think about when I hear the valance is right on the panel. You'll see right there in the very first grouping that would be the case. Notice another version of Sawyer Mill is this one. So if you like the more like the stripes part of it, then certainly this is an option. Whether you're looking for the swag, valance, or panels, these are a couple of window treatment options. Now let's say you like the valance on the one on the right and you don't need the panels. Well, that valance is sold separately. So Sawyer Mill is just a very hot collection. It started late last year. And as we move over to bedding, I'll show you the quilt that I waited for 4 months to get. I think it's great because it just offers a mixture of not only the grays, but the khakis and a little bit of cream mixed in. But let's go over to bedding and check out Sawyer Mill and all that it has to offer. So the very first Sawyer Mill quilt that came out was this one. And by the way, the Sawyer Mill is right now, we're referring to the charcoal collection, so Sawyer Mill charcoal. Notice with its patchwork design, it reminds you of the old times. In other words, how many of you had those patchwork quilts? I can remember that my grandmother had one she always put on top of me, and that thing, it felt like it weighed 50 pounds, but I was the type that froze to death at night, so certainly that big patchwork quilt helped out in that regard. So whether you're looking for more of a traditional, comfy, old-timey feel for your modern farmhouse, Sawyer Mill gives you this option and all the fixings to go with it. You might be looking for something a little more classic. In other words, sophisticated but elegant. This is Sawyer Mill charcoal ticking stripe. So notice we've dropped in the farmhouse pillow right supposedly in the middle there. Got to adjust it a bit. But all things farmhouse considered, you can see that these are great options. Now I don't want to forget to tell you that the quilts are also reversible. So in other words, if you wanted to change, you could just flip this over and you've got all cream. Now the final Sawyer Mill bedding that we'll look at this morning is Sawyer Mill charcoal, but with the star version. So this takes the common meaning of modern farmhouse, which is that country feel, but it kind of spices it up a little bit. It moves away from the burgundies and the blacks, and years ago mustard was thrown in as a category as well, but lately it's just been burgundies and blacks. We think of those as farmhouse, and it makes that country farmhouse approach a bit more appealing, just with this more neutral palette. Again, you can see all the farmhouse bedding includes not only khaki and charcoal gray, but also cream. Now this quilt as well can be reversible. So you can see the underside looks like this. So whether you're looking for bedding, and if you have the bedding, definitely the decorative pillows and throws are a great complement to that. Whether you use them as a wall hanging like we did, or whether you just kind of frump them up, so to speak, on the bottom of the bed, or drape them over a chair, certainly Sawyer Mill bedding is still hot, hot, hot. This one right here was the first one, and again, I waited 4 months to get that in the store. It was so popular, and every time we put it on the bed or featured in a commercial, it definitely blows out the door. So Sawyer Mill charcoal. We've got a great selection right now. We'll continue to add more pieces to the line, but don't delay if this is something that you're really wanting, because we're focusing on it hard. It's a great line, it's a great collection, it's selling well, but we're getting the word out there, not only in our lives and our posts, but on our website, as well as in our commercials. So we've talked about tabletop, window treatment, and bedding, and you certainly could throw in Abilene Star as well. You know, Sawyer Mill isn't the only modern farmhouse bedding. And as you'll see behind me, all of these racks include bedding. So not only this entire side, but certainly as we look, we'll catch the Sawyer Mill pillows. There's the chicken one, if you will. And notice we've got the pigs and the cows, and certainly the windmill is hanging out here somewhere. And then all around the back side of this display, we also have bedding. So while modern farmhouse may include a different definition for you, you know, we've got a great assortment, and we're continuing to add, you know, other colors as well, or other bedding as well. Besides quilts, we also have comforters. So if you're looking for something neutral, again, farmhouse could be something as simple as khaki and cream without the black. Or here's the khaki and the black, which would match up to the curtains that I showed you. Well, let's now kind of hop right over to braided. And before we go, notice the Sawyer Mill rugs on the floor. This Sawyer Mill braided collection is incredible, and it matches up so well with the bedding. And again, thanks to everyone that's tuning in this morning. We are winding down on this edition of Modern Farmhouse and how KC Collections and KC Home Textiles can certainly help. But let's go over and take a look at all things braided, particularly as it relates to Sawyer Mill. Hope everyone's doing well this morning. It's amazing how quickly 2019 is passing. Let's take a look at Sawyer Mill back here in our braided room. So whether you're looking for a half circle rug with poultry, or just a half circle rug that's all the same colors that I just showed you over in the other room, or whether you're looking for, again, rugs larger like you saw by the bed previously, Or let's say you're looking for a placemat or a runner, or notice this other animal themed placemat. Perhaps you're looking for some stair treads, or stair treads can certainly be used on dressers as well, or maybe even some coasters. So Sawyer Mill has a very wide array of different items in its collection, and I think that's one of the things that makes it the hottest collection right now. You know, it's mixture again of the charcoal grays, the creams, as well as the black that is included. So let's take a look at our last category, which is bath. And how can Sawyer Mill help us out with bath? So with the master suites nowadays, you know, bedding and bath sort of go hand in hand. And that's why the left-hand side of our store is all things bedding and bath. So Sawyer Mill. Notice we've got probably about 35, 36 shower curtains here for you to peruse, and more on the way. We've got bathroom prints and other bathroom accessories. But let's take a look. It's going to be easier with me holding the camera to show you the shower curtain from the catalog. If you take a look, this is one option for Sawyer Mill. Notice here with the chickens, feeds and grains. And let me flip over just a couple pages. And notice here we have the windmill. Those are definitely two shower curtains that we have in stock right now from Sawyer Mill. Now, farmhouse decorating is not complete until we add florals and frame prints. And if you're looking for bathroom prints, we have plenty of those here at KC Home Textiles. If you like a print but you need it in a different frame, we can help you with that as well. But also KC Collections has a phenomenal assortment of frame prints as well for other areas of the home. And don't forget the floral. It's all about the floral. We are going to have an enormous selection of floral at KC Collections this year. It's amazing how many flowers are going to be trickling in this week, and we've devoted our middle back room to all things floral. So do keep in mind, if you're looking for an arrangement put together, we can help with that. If you're looking to get flowers for Valentine's Day and you don't want the kind that are beautiful and then die, i.e. the real flowers, then certainly we can make up an arrangement with a little bit of lead time, you know, whether you'd want that in a vase or a glass container, or maybe some of the industrial themed items that we were talking about before. So in summary, farmhouse decorating. We talked through a lot of things. And what can KC Home Textiles add to this picture? Well, remember, TWBBB. We offer tabletop, window treatments, bedding, bath, and braided. And you've certainly gotten a good look at Sawyer Mill, which is our hottest selling textile collection. Don't forget about KC Collections for all your other farmhouse needs. Whether it's Amish, handcrafted, high quality, affordable Amish furniture, whether it's upholstery furniture from Friendship Upholstery, or whether you're going to be looking for some transitional or traditional area rugs, we certainly can help in that department as well, even though our third store, KC Collections 2 and KC Rug Company, isn't quite open. Remember, that store is going to have a huge upholstery furniture focus, area rug focus, as well as other Amish furniture. And in conclusion, whether or not modern farmhouse decorating is your passion, KC Collections and KC Home Textiles, we're here for you. We offer many different decorating styles for many different budgets. So come see us. We'd love to work with you on not only the things we have in store, but we're always happy to work with you on custom options. For now, I'm signing off for the KC team and the KC Home Textiles team that played a major part in putting this live together. And with that, I'm KC signing off. That's a wrap from this morning's edition of Modern Farmhouse Decorating. Stay tuned for future events. Remember, whatever you do, enjoy the journey. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day as well.